girls, what is the one thing a guy can do that will melt your heart? Give me a genuine compliment and remember things I told him. I'll bet remembering things you told him doesn't go over so well when the two of you are having an argument. Yeah, didn't think about that. Then it's really unfortunate. Just hug me when I'm not feeling like talking. Need more advice. This didn't work on any strangers. Didn't work out even on girls I know. This is a lie. I corrected it for you. Be attractive and hug girls when they feel down. We live in a society. When I look over and I find him looking at me with a very soft look on his face. Yeah, that. I can only manage a creepy glazed look in my eyes. Will that do? My fiancé moved 3 hours away for school. One day, when he came to visit his family, he told me, "You should take your parents next time you visit me. I miss them." I started crying in front of his family. My parents mean the world to me, so it melted my heart when he expressed that my parents mean a lot to him too. Sounds like a commendable guy. Sounds like he wants to bang ops mom. The real answer that no girl is going to tell you. Feed when hungry. Here's some tacos and wine. Bitches love tacos and wine. I'm a dude, and if you bring me tacos and wine I will also melt. When he passionately talks about the things he really like and wants you to get involved in it too and listen to him. Ugh, so cute. By the second hour, most women have tired of my thoughts on combat style balance in RuneScape. Well, maybe it's because you're wrong. If I was on a rant about the RuneScape combat system and the girl I was ranting to went on a counter rant explaining how 40AA is actually a great design decision because it allows for a trade-off between effort/effect and ability to play casually, I might have to immediately ask her to marry me. My husband makes the cutest face whenever he's focusing intently on something. Big fan, haha. I have to agree with you. Mine looks darn adorable while focusing on something. Gosh, how many do you have? Brush my hair out of my face. Yeah, I used to do it with my ex. She would melt faster than an ice cream. That ain't your girl, that's the Wicked Witch of the West. Acknowledge my existence. You exist. I think I'm in love with you. Being genuinely kind and having emotional intelligence. What about being an emotional genius? /strokes neckbud. Ugh, these girls are just intimidated by my superior emotional intellect. Forehead kisses. Watching them play with kids or animals. Just take my heart already. Had to scroll too far to find loves animals. Seeing a guy get all worked up over a puppy will actually make me tear up a little. I feel like most of these only apply if the girl is already interested in the guy. Edit. I don't mean this to be a mopey. All girls are the same. No one likes me kinda comment. It's perfectly understandable. If a girl I wasn't interested in did these things to me, I wouldn't fall in love with her. Just saying, don't scroll through this thread looking for techniques to attract the ladies. Welcome to dating. When they do something out of the ordinary or character. For example, L once dated a manly man where sharing feelings, affection or acting vulnerable is a no-no. We weren't in the best of terms one time. He asked me to come over and insisted L sit next to his bathroom. He got on his knees with a ripped, torn and crinkled notepad scribbled with words. It looked like he slept with that notebook for days. He mumbled a heartfelt letter to me L assumed he memorized. He kept forgetting and looking back at the notebook every few seconds to remember what he wrote, but came out more awkward that L started feeling tortured for him. He started sweating and shaking as he held my hand. Finally he just looked at me with puppy eyes hoping I'll get it. I did him a favor and asked him to let me read his crinkled up notebook. The setup looked funny and his delivery disastrous, but his genuine intent melted my heart right there. Someone willing to make an effort to embrace that much discomfort for me. Circumstances broke us up, but he was one person I'll regret letting go too soon. I hoped he found someone who rocks his world. Kindness. What can I say? I have a sweet spot for sweet men. Example of a kind act you'd appreciate. I'm a simple gal. Treating customer service with respect. Checking up on someone having a rough time. Picking up something someone drops. Smiling at strangers. You can tell some people are naturally kind-hearted based on those actions. When my husband plays with my nieces and nephews. Board games, basketball, swinging them on swings, it doesn't matter. when he is genuinely showing these little children affection. I'm a puddle of melted heart. I'm incapable of interacting with children. They are so irritating and hyperactive, it gets on my nerves. I get they want to be entertained, but I like my peace and quiet, which children absolutely get rid of. It's even harder to act as if I'm interested, so I'm usually that super serious older cousin which doesn't leave the best impressions on them. Cup my face while we make out. Your username. Are you a girl? Yes, I am. His actions matching his words. Sounds basic, but imagine a man saying always being there for you and actually is. A man saying he wants to give you the world and actually tries. A man that says he's faithful and actually is. He wants to give you the world. Put that back, son. That doesn't belong to you. Only one can handle the power of the world. My son never fails to melt my heart when he goes on these nerdy rants about something. What can I say? I like nerds, and this one in particular. This has its limits though. Once I start getting out the whiteboards 3 hours in, most women I have met had long since ceased to care about the competitive Pokemon battling metagame. Everything's been going downhill since Generation 4, which was the best generation for competitive battling because it finally introduced the physical/special intra type split, allowing for offensive Pokemon to finally take advantage of previously awkward stab moves and getting rid of the ridiculous mixed set bullcrap. Pay attention to what they like. If she gets a specific coffee every day, memorize her order and surprise her with that order. If there's something that really stresses her out, like the copy machine doesn't work right and she hates to use it, offer to do it for her to relieve some stress. If she mentioned wanting to go see an art exhibit, but she can't afford it, buy tickets and casually say you have an extra one. If she likes a specific kind of snack, always have some handy, offer to be a handyman. If she talks about struggling with home repair, basically, just learn who she is and what she likes/doesn't like. This could seem stalkerish, so just don't overdo it. Remembering really specific details about things you've told them, cause then it means they really are invested in you. IDK, I can remember the most irrelevant useless information. Ask, are you an angel? And say that the deep space pilots talk about them and say they are the most beautiful creatures in the universe. Too many, so I'll list a few. TL. Doctor, I love my BF. After a long day at work, he'll plop down in front of me, hug me, and nuzzle his face into me. Sometimes he'll tell me about his day. Sometimes he just says he loves me over and over. He cuddles up to me, lays his head on my chest, and falls asleep clinging onto me. Movies, lounging, bedtime, times like that. Sometimes, I'll notice his not so subtle glances. Instead of playing it off, he just smiles. He holds my hand a lot. It started as something he did whenever we went driving somewhere, but sometimes he just reaches his hand out to me when we are home and wants to hold my hand. I consider myself incredibly lucky. When they rant about history and talk about weapons from the past, I don't know why, but when guys start saying, in 1938, when Austria was annexed, it's like a fountain down there. Some people actually listen this? I thought that if you talk anything about history, everyone will instantly hate you. Keep it short and entertaining. Brief fun facts about history are fine and most people get a chuckle if they relate to the topic and you can make a joke about it somewhere. Just don't whip out a chalkboard and start lecturing or anything. Also, don't have overly dumb friends. When he puts his 2 hands either side of my face and deeply kisses me before giving my forehead a tender kiss and then nuzzles my forehead with his and just staying like that for a few seconds before pulling away and smiling at me all cute. Be a decent human. Low standard, I know, but that's how it is. You get happy when a man is acting like a decent human because every other had to harass you or be rude in other ways. Have a cute smile. Once had a huge crush on a guy who was the definition of resting angry face, but if you caught him laughing he had the biggest goofiest lopsided smile. I'd have married that man if he asked. Sharp wit. Gets me every time. My late fiance never missed a beat on offhand, off-color comebacks, and I loved it.